Welcome to Killer Files. In today's episode, we examine the tragic case of Sushi Staples and the death of her 10-year-old son, Zion. Staples is now serving a 2-year prison sentence after pleading guilty to concealing the death by hiding his body in a trash can for 8 months. The investigation into this case began on July 25, 2023, in Rock, Illinois, when police received a tip from a longtime acquaintance of Staples.
At first it was just like a regular phone call, like how you been doing and stuff like that. And then I heard her like crying a little bit. And I asked her, I said, "What's wrong?" And she just stated to me that Christmas will never be the same again. She then stated to me, I said, "Why? What happened?" And she was like hesitant to bring it out and tell me. She then told me that her son she was gone from the house, and she told me that her son had shot himself.
And who do you know her son as?
Zion.
Okay.
She stated that he shot himself. At the time, he was 9 years old. Was gone, and she said, "What do you mean gone?" She said, "Why is he gone? Is he outside? Tell him to get back in the house." But she told me before she left, he kept saying that how he missed his dad or something like that. And he was crying because he felt like he missed his dad or something like that, she had stated to me. Then she said that Serenity said, "No, he's on the floor. He's bleeding everywhere." She feared that they would take her kids away, and she was scared to lose everything. And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she said she still had them there. She told me she purchased a burning barrel from Home Depot or something like that you burn leaves and stuff in, and she stored them in that. I'm like, "What?" And she said, yeah, he was stored in that in her basement. She said she tried to set him on fire.
Following the initial report, Rock Island police visited Staples' residence to investigate the claim. During the encounter, Staples was notably uncooperative and dismissive with the officers.
Are you Miss Staples?
Yes, how can I help you?
So we got kind of a weird phone call. Do you know Latricia?
No.
No?
I don't know anybody out here.
Some lady called DCFS. And,
What?
And kind of made some claims that you had a child that accidentally shot themselves?
Absolutely not.
No, it sounds crazy to me too. That's what...
I am so sorry about this. My ex-husband, his new girlfriend, this broad is off the chain. I have went down to Rock Island and filed a police report on her.
Okay.
I have went and put a restraining order on her.
What's her name?
Her name is Tony. This girl is never in it. She has so many different Facebook pages she stalks me from. She has made up different names, called me from different numbers. I have changed my number, tried to do everything I can.
Right.
Unfortunately, I can never seem to get them served because they're always bouncing around in the Chicago area.
Oh, okay. They're not even down here.
They're not even out here.
In her interview, Staples insisted that she did not have a son and expressed indignation over the police questioning her. This exchange has been documented as part of the case file.
You guys only have girls?
Yes.
Okay.
I have 4. Do you want to see them?
No. They said it was a son. I was just curious if that's even true.
It's not.
Okay.
It's a never-ending story with these two.
I get, like I said, I'm not trying to bother you or anything, but we get a call, no matter how crazy it sounds, we still got to come up and see if there's any truth.
And this is crazy.
It is.
This is very crazy.
Okay.
I have been living here for 6 years. My neighbors have never had a complaint. Don't you think if my neighbors would have heard something like that, they would have made a call or said something to somebody?
I would believe so, yeah.
Just think about it. It don't make no kind of sense. This girl is psycho.
Just so I can check the box off, can I look in your basement real quick and I'll get out
No,
of here?
you need a search warrant to do that. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not about to have my rights violated because someone makes Uranus allegations like this.
I know. Like I said, it sounded crazy to me too. I'm just up here seeing if, we have to investigate it.
Despite her repeated denials, investigators pursued the case based on reports that a child had been missing for several months.
Can I see the warrant, please? And I can call my lawyer. Can I see the warrant before we walk any further? I'm calm.
We have a valid search.
The following day, authorities returned with a search warrant. Staples acknowledged the necessity of the warrant, but her earlier statements continued to raise concerns regarding her involvement in the case.
I'm scared to death because I don't know what's going on.
And so the reason we're here, okay, is because we're investigating a call that we had, okay? The officers came out and talked to you last night, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We have to handle that real seriously, okay? Because the allegations are that you have a son and that he's deceased and he's here in this house. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. Do you have a son named Zion?
No, I don't.
You've never had a son named Zion.
No.
Are you claiming benefits for a kid named Zion?
No. I haven't gotten any benefits for anyone.
During further questioning, Staples noted that the Chicago Department of Children and Family Services had contacted her regarding her children, including one identified as Zion. She attributed this to interference by her ex-husband's girlfriend, claiming she was being harassed.
You filed for public aid. You got your daughter.
Gotten benefits since I was in Chicago, so I'm not sure. I told you my identity was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
My taxes were illegally filed. I went through a whole thing with the IRS. That was not me.
But who was this Zion that was interviewed by DCFS up in Chicago, right in the presence of all your other children?
There was no one
Zion
interviewed.
Staples.
No one was interviewed. Where did it say someone named Zion Staples was interviewed?
It was.
Because the call was made about my son Kentrell by his father.
Yes.
It was never made about a
But they
Zion
talked.
Staples.
But when they went there, there
DCFS did a
was.
report.
The only child that they spoke to, because it was regarding him, had frequent visitors. We had kids in the neighborhood come over.
So,
Some of those kids that were implicated were not, in fact, our children. They were there.
so you're saying there was a
party.
kid in your apartment that was not your kid, named Zion.
I didn't say his name was
Staples.
Zion. No.
Well, somewhere here, we've got to clear this up with this Zion Staples.
Detectives later confronted Staples with evidence from text messages she had sent about the police visit the previous night, further complicating her account of the events.
That officer left last night. You texted this person and was talking to him.
Pictures of now.
Well, we have to take pictures of the whole house,
Okay.
and then we'll search, just to show that we're not like breaking stuff and everything else
We're
like
not
that.
destroying your place.
So you were pissed off that the officers were here, and then you.
I didn't know who it was because I thought it was this girl that found my number again because nobody has my number. So I thought it was her harassing me again. That's why I told the officer last night.
Who did you text? And
I thought it was Tony. Catch a break from this.
because we have the whole text thread between you two right after the officers left.
It's pretty personal to each other, too. Like, you guys very well know each other.
But I thought,
It's talking about somebody's daughter. It's talking about, it's going back and
because
forth.
people are shitty. They say crap about your kids for what?
But you guys know each other. It's not a random just, I'm texting a stranger getting mad. It's, you two know each other.
You know what? People come after me all the time, and these are the same people I lend my hand to. I've paid for lawyers for people. I've helped people do things. So people envy you all the time. What can you do about it?
Eventually, police told Staples she was going to jail.
Turn around for me.
Oh, no. I'm going to jail. What am I going to jail for? What have I done?
You just admitted to fraud.
Returns.
You're in
If you
possession
go
of
look-
false documentation, and you already said that you signed up and have them for financial aid.
But I didn't. That's what I told you.
An extensive search of Staples' home led to her arrest. She was charged with several felonies, including concealing a death, obstructing justice, and failing to report the death of a child. Authorities discovered Zion's body in a metal trash can. He was found wearing Spider-Man pajamas. The coroner determined that Zion had died from a gunshot wound, likely sustained in December 2022. Subsequent interviews, including one with Staples' hairdresser, added further details to the case. After pleading guilty to one charge, Staples was sentenced to 2 years in prison with 6 months of probation. She has since requested a review of her sentence, citing her status as a first-time offender and claims of ineffective legal counsel. No decision on her appeal has been made, and she is scheduled for release in January.